So today is October 28th, 2021, and been doing some carbon fiber work on the inside of the boat. So the centerboard trunk is in, and then I tabbed it in with the carbon fiber biaxial tape around the edges there on both sides, and put the cover for the centerboard hinge pin in on this side, and on the other side the same thing over here. So this is the cover. The other one on the other side is going to be screwed and siliconed on. The pin's are already in there, but I'll be pulling that out to put the centerboard in, and then once it's lined up, put the pin through, and then this cover on this side gets bolted on. That's got an O-ring on it so that it can be unbolted and the centerboard taken out if it needs to be. So this whole side over here is all been tabbed in as well. And then what I've done is I've put carbon fiber here. So there's 2 layers of carbon fiber from there to about here. You can vaguely see the line of the layer underneath there at that point. And then I ran a second layer all the way up to here. So basically every one of the joints between the planks has got carbon fiber over it all the way up to the top. And I just finished doing this bit back here and the corresponding piece up in front of that. Same thing, just did a layer of carbon fiber on the bottom, and 50 inches wide, basically, however far it would carry up. And then another layer up here on the upper sides, there and there, and that was to cover over the part of the joint where the puzzle joints are. So where these joints are, it's obviously slightly weaker than where the plywood carries on completely without any joint in it. So I wanted that area to be reinforced. So I added carbon fiber reinforcing on the inside there and there to take care of that. And the other thing is here on, so I've added these pieces in. This used to be like a curved shape down in here like this, and I've added these pieces in because I intend to put a backrest up here on the upper part of it that'll carry up to 5 or 6 inches or so above the deck height, give me a little bit more freeboard essentially, plus a lot more comfort, something to lean against. Works conveniently if I'm leaning against that there. I put temporary stuff in here to test it out, but I put in if I'm leaning against a backrest here, it's a great length for a footrest on the other side over there, so that works out pretty well. And then what I did here, trying to be more environmentally friendly, carbon fiber's got a pretty big carbon footprint. I'm using it instead of fiberglass because using carbon fiber instead of fiberglass because in the end of its life, then this whole thing won't have anything that can't be, in fact, chopped up and burned. There'll be no leftover bits, versus if I use fiberglass, that would be an issue. So it's so I was thinking more about its end of life. So it turns out carbon fiber's got a pretty big carbon footprint. These so what I've done here is I've actually used linen. Linen's got nearly the same strength to weight ratio as fiberglass, and so I put 2 layers of linen cloth on either side of this filler piece that I put in there to strengthen that up, and same thing back there. So I'm experimenting with linen. I'm going to be using linen wherever I'm looking for some abrasion resistance or some strength, but not necessarily the amount of strength I'm getting out of carbon fiber, because never really played around with it before, but should work. So I'm doing some experiments with that. I did the inside of the centerboard trunk has carbon fiber inside it. Over there you can see those are the 2 pieces for the rudder trunk, and those have the linen, 2 layers of linen cloth on them on the inside for basically wear purposes. Those are 3/4 of an inch thick plywood, so they're way overbuilt for for a rudder. But they do need some sort of wear resistance on the inside for the rudder being dragged up and down and repeatedly inside there. So I figured linen would be a good choice for that. So overall, the boat is coming along pretty well. Hope to soon put these little stringers in for the seat spaces, and then the work on the seats and things for that. I am going to reinforce. I've got a couple of pieces I'm going to put in here coming out from the hinge pin area, because I am putting in a much bigger, heavier centerboard than was in there in the initial design. So I'm going to add a couple extra reinforcing little bits in here. But I've run out of the tape webbing material, so I wait for that to show up to put those in.